Hello everybody, Rabbi Perry Robinson back with you again as part of our virtual Jewish community video series as we all stay at home and try to do our part to help to stop the spread. Next week begins the holiday of Pesach. Yom Tov begins Wednesday, April 8th in the evening and lasts 2 days in the diaspora, Thursday and Friday, and leads into Shabbos. I would like to take a minute to speak about the mitzvah of Eruv Tavshilin. I'd like to remind everybody to make an Eruv Tavshilin next week on Wednesday on Erev Yom Tov. What is an Eruv Tavshilin and what is the idea behind this mitzvah? In contrast to Shabbos, where it is forbidden to cook, it is permitted to cook on Yom Tov. However, one may only cook on Yom Tov for that day of Yom Tov itself. It is forbidden to cook food designated for the second day of Yom Tov on the first day of Yom Tov. It is also forbidden to cook food on Yom Tov if that food is designated for after Yom Tov, even if the day after Yom Tov is Shabbos. Nevertheless, in a situation like this year, Pesach, when Yom Tov leads directly into Shabbos, the rabbis permitted cooking on Yom Tov for Shabbos, provided that the individual first prepares an Eruv Tavshilin on Erev Yom Tov. This year for Pesach, that would be on Wednesday before Yom Tov starts. What does the term Eruv Tavshilin mean? The term Eruv Tavshilin literally translates as Eruv, mixing, Tavshilin, food, the mixing of food. The idea is that by starting to cook, making the Eruv on Wednesday, you've already began to cook for Shabbos before Yom Tov begins. Therefore, when you continue to cook on Friday, on Yom Tov itself, on Erev Shabbos, it is not as if you are beginning to cook. You are only completing the cooking that you did for Shabbos on Erev Yom Tov. Eruv, you're mixing together one act of cooking with the second. By doing so, the perceived slight to the sanctity of Yom Tov by preparing on Yom Tov for a day after Yom Tov is mitigated by the fact that you're not beginning to do work, in this case cooking, on Yom Tov. Rather, you are merely continuing what you already began Erev Yom Tov. That is the mitzvah of Eruv Tavshilin. I encourage everybody to make one, and in the next video, we will take a minute to discuss how in practice an Eruv Tavshilin is taken and made. I look forward to seeing you in part 2.